Barakatah Yahusha, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahusha, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahusha, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahusha. Give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahusha, by Hashem, we call Kadash. Everyone to the apostles, great millstone, salutation, all the Akims, our voice pushing the truth. Yahweh coming in, Yahweh coming in. The year to push, the year to push, the year to turn up, the year to turn up, and it's turned up. So the huge panic. Russian nuclear submarine suddenly appeared 20 kilometers north of the border, because you have Poland and Ireland, those different countries, joining NATO, which is America the Beast, and Russia is flexing their muscle. And you see, you got Finland ship, and you got the biggest nuclear submarine right there with the mark of the territory flexing their muscle. And see, this is not going to be shown or told in your mainstream media America bullshit. So let's get right to it. Hopefully you can hear it. I should have put it through there. Oh man, hold on. So y'all can hear it. I got the Bluetooth. Oh no, I know. Thought I did. Oh well. Now let's let this play.
Own waters as a result of warnings. The admission of Sweden and Finland to NATO membership reveals a nightmare scenario for Russia. Russia is now the only country in the Baltic that is not a member of the alliance, and the Russian Navy is completely surrounded by NATO ships. However, despite this, the Russian Navy continues its aggressive activities in the region. The Danish armed forces reported that a Russian nuclear submarine was floating in the Skagerrak Strait between Denmark and Norway. The submarine seen was not a simple submarine. This is reportedly the first appearance in the Baltic Sea of a nuclear submarine of the Russian Federation capable of carrying Zircon hypersonic missiles. The Danish military has no information about whether the submarine is equipped with missiles. It is assumed that the Severodvinsk submarine was transferred to St. Petersburg, where the parade of the Russian Navy will take place. Russia decided that 2 warships would accompany the submarine as part of its security measures. However, the presence of Russia in the region with its warships and nuclear submarines, which have such a serious attack potential, was enough to disturb both Denmark and Norway. Danish Navy ships escorted the 140-meter-long nuclear-powered submarine Severodvinsk to Baltic Sea over the kingdom's territorial waters. The Russian submarine was moving in the surface position. The officer on duty of the Danish Army Operations Center, Stefan Land, passed under the Great Belt Bridge on the afternoon of July 19, local time, of the Russian submarine escorted by 2 Russian Navy ships. Danish officials stressed that the passage of non-NATO countries over the bridge is not usual, and that the Danish Navy accompanying 2 Russian warships and 1 large nuclear submarine is not new. However, Danish officials could not hide their astonishment when they saw the huge Russian nuclear hypersonic submarine and underlined that it is not always possible to see a submarine of this size. The Danish Navy's task was to monitor Russian submarines and warships and escort them through Danish waters to ensure safe passage. At the same time, it is seen that some war experts describe this transition as a show of strength. It is thought that the Russia, together with these superior submarines and warships, reminds the region that it is a threat again. This is the first Baltic Sea expedition for Russia's 4th-generation multipurpose submarine. Russia launched a submarine version of its new hypersonic Zircon cruise missiles in the Barents Sea last autumn. The submarine is in Russia's Yeltsin Class 4th-generation multipurpose nuclear-powered submarine group. It is not specified at the
one simple but brilliant trick to cool your home in 90 seconds. Tired of hot and stuffy rooms?
Yeltsin Class 4th-generation multipurpose nuclear-powered submarine group. It is not specified at the moment whether the submarine carries Zircon missiles. However, it is known fact that the submarine was previously equipped with Zircon missiles capable of hitting targets up to 10,000 kilometers away and carrying a nuclear load. This allows us to see it as the most dangerous class. The massive 140-meter submarine Severodvinsk K-560 entered service in 2013 as the lead ship of the new Yeltsin class. The submarine is powered by a nuclear reactor and has Zapadnaya Litsa as its home base. If we go back to the ceremony of transition.
So as you can see, the Big Bear and the prophecies are reigning supreme, and meanwhile, his folly land in Babylon the Great. So let's go to Jeremiah 50:1. It's just going to be a little quick one here, but remind that it's still there. Jeremiah 50:1, the word that the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldees by Jeremiah the prophet. Because America's aligning these nations up to make these moves against Russia, the Big Bear. And the Big Bear is just reminding everybody. Declare ye among the nations and publish, set up a standard, publish and conceal not. And that's what we're doing on the highways and byways. Say Babylon is taken, Babylon is confounded. Murdoch is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her imagery are broken in pieces. Because what's America image to the beast? Democracy, Democrat, Republican, two-party system, capitalism, freedom of religion. For all the north, there come up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall deliver therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. In those days and that time, said the Lord, the children of Israel shall come. Hold on, how far I'm taking this? They and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, they shall go and seek the Lord their God. They shall ask the way of Zion with their face thitherward, saying, Come, and let us join ourselves to the Lord in the preparation covenant that shall not be forgotten. And that's what we are coming to, the understanding that we are the Israelites, and what was told and foretold through the prophecies in these scriptures is playing out in what y'all know as international politics. They say, my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherd have caused them to go astray. That's why they built all these churches. They have turned them away on the mountain, but as you see, Creflo Dollar, and all these guys being busted out. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place, which is this book. Because now we all Hellenized, Gentiles, strangers. All that found them have devoured them. And their adversary said, We offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. Because Finland, Ireland, Poland, and all them other allied countries with NATO, which is nothing but the Korean version of the modern day Roman Empire, the beast, they got it coming too. He said, Remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go from out the land of Chaldeans, and be as the heat goat before the flock. And that's what we do. It's time to be leaders. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And we seeing that now, because we seeing how the tides has changed. Yahweh Shah has given the Russians that hyper supersonic technology, nuclear technology, to power submarines that can show up in your backyard like what you guys witnessing. That's why everybody pump faking on their Ukraine, because Russia like, bring that ass over here, boy. See, this is what's happening, and it's all right here in the scriptures. It's a for low and Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. because you were glad, because you rejoiced, or you destroy of my heritage, because you have grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellows as bulls, living good off us. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall. No, I'm sorry. Grown heifer at grass at billows as bulls. 12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hithermost of the nations shall be as a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. See that? Because even England, your mother, don't shoot missiles on this motherfucker. Because America, like Elder Todd said, America gonna do something that's gonna piss England off. And just to start off, which we gonna go two of them to show opening of it. Let's start with this one with Tony Blair in the Ukraine, explaining how the Western powers open. Watch that.
Due to the by building ties with developing. Due to the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and the conflict in Ukraine, for a large part of the Western population, living standards are stagnating, Blair noted in his annual lecture at the Ditchley Foundation on Saturday. Western politics is in turmoil, more partisan, ugly, and unproductive, and fueled by social media, which affects both domestic and international affairs, Blair said, arguing that Russia's military operation in Ukraine should become a pivot point, reviving our Western sense of mission. However, according to the 69-year-old who led the UK government from 1997 to 2007, the biggest geopolitical change of this century will come from China, not Russia. We are coming to the end of Western political and economic dominance. The world is going to be at least bipolar and possibly multipolar, he predicted. China, which is already the world's second superpower, will compete with the West.
See why he's saying multipolar and bipolar? Due to the media, because America runs the propaganda machine, but countries gonna be switching sides and doing things behind Russia and America and China back with each other. So it's gonna be a lot of turmoil, a lot of different wars popping up. That second Exodus 15 reigns strong. But let's go back a little bit on this so y'all know what's gonna happen.
Both domestic and international affairs, Blair said, arguing that Russia's military operation in Ukraine should become a pivot point, reviving our Western sense of mission. However, according to the 69-year-old who led the UK government from 1997 to 2007, the biggest geopolitical change of this century will come from China, not Russia. We are coming to the end of Western political and economic dominance. The world is going to be at least bipolar and possibly multipolar, he predicted. China, which is already the world's second superpower, will compete with the West, not just for power but against our system, our way of governing and living, the Labour politician warned. Beijing will not be alone, it will have allies, Russia now for sure, possibly Iran. It is the first time in modern history that the East can be on equal terms with the West, he added. The former premier said the events in Ukraine have made it clear the West cannot rely on the Chinese leadership to behave in this way we would consider rational. Don't misunderstand me, he said. I'm not saying in the near term that China would attempt to take the self-governed island of Taiwan by force, but we can't base our policy on the certainty that it wouldn't. In order to stay relevant in the new environment, the West needs to develop a common strategy pursued with coordination, commitment, and competence, with higher defense spending to maintain military superiority while expanding so-called soft power by building ties with developing countries, Blair concluded.
So as you can see, America is losing its power, and England is already declaring it. And England is telling America which way to start moving. But America's gonna move in a way that it wants to, and gonna fuck up everything. And that's why America's gonna be. That's why its mother gonna be confounded. Well, I'm at 3, Ezekiel 28 and 7. Let me finish this. This Jeremiah 50 and 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare none arrow, for she has sinned against the Lord. Ezekiel 28, 7. Ezekiel 28 and 7. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terribles of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against thy beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. Meaning Russia and China, they're not caring about American economics or foreign policies. You can't buy them off. You can't use your philosophy anymore or anything. It's a change of guard, and that's it. Oh, I got one. It's perfect. Because Tony Blair spoke about China and the economics and how China ain't even started yet, right? Watch this. KJV. Edom is my watch part. The Psalms, and that's why these prophecies, y'all get ready because they're going to jump off the page. And you heard it here first. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua, of course. And double honor to the apostles who taught us these scriptures, period. It's Psalms 60. And see, y'all motherfuckers gonna be thinking these, man, these old, these bugs. It's Psalm 60 and 8. Moab is my watchpot over Edom when I cast out my shoe. Philistine trumpet, thou because of me, who will bring me into the strong city, who will lead me unto Edom. And we seeing that happen now. The Chinese is gonna wash Edom finances out. So y'all Americans get ready for this. Let's get to Jeremiah 50 and 9, 13. We're going to end it with this. It's Jeremiah. It's Jeremiah 50 and 9. Now I'm starting at Jeremiah 51 and 7. That's how I'm starting. Yeah. Jeremiah 51 and 5. For Israel has not been forsaken, nor Judah of their God, of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. So he was like, okay, what's the chance to come back? Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul, and be not cut off for her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her recompense. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand to make all the earth drunken. The nation have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. See that? So everybody going with America and England rooting, thinking that, okay, they're going to be able to bounce back. You know, motherfucking doing a little bad, but it's going to be all right. No, it's over with. This is it. And that's why he already gave them this warning. Tony Blair speaks about the West rising up. Yeah. China does. China does. He said you gotta stand up to China. And with that, shalom. That's it.